Hi, welcome to Adobe Illustrator Tutorials. My name is Mark Saltern and I will be helping you throughout these tutorials in understanding the capabilities that Illustrator has to offer as a graphic designer, instructional designer, or whatever it is that you're seeking to do for your career. Illustrator has a lot of capabilities and is a great tool to understand whether or not you're using it as a full-time position or whether it's a hobby or whatever. There is so many things that you can do in Illustrator, and it is great. It is a great supplement tool to other such tools like Adobe Photoshop or Adobe InDesign. My name, like I told you, is Mark Saltern. I have been designing for now 4 years. I originally was shown graphic design tools in Photoshop, and that was where my start began, was in Photoshop. Until later on in my career, I kind of had Adobe Illustrator thrown into my lap. To make a long story short, I pretty much was forced to self-teach myself Illustrator. So as you go throughout these tutorials, you may see a little bit of that in the way that I do things. I was able to find ways that worked for me, and my ways may or may not be the fastest way to do it, or there may be many other ways to do things, but these are tools, palettes, and functions that I have found to be beneficial in what I've needed to do in Illustrator. So this will be a very simple way of learning it, and I think these tutorials will help a lot. I will be demonstrating Adobe Illustrator CS3. At this time, Adobe Illustrator CS4 is out and CS5 is on the horizon. Now, it is not required that you do these tutorials in CS3. You could be using CS4 or even CS2. CS2 is where I got my start, so don't be afraid. A lot of the tools and the functions will carry over from version to version. I will try to keep each tutorial very short. I want them to be short and very specific, probably 3 to 8 minutes long per tutorial. I will go through and I will show simple fundamentals, but it will be your responsibility to get into the program and use the tools and to experiment and find the ways and the things that work best for you. I can show you a little bit of the foundations, but if you do not take the time to experiment and to try it out for yourself, you'll either forget what I've shown you, or you'll never find great application, or you'll never find the need for using the tools that I'll show you. I think Illustrator is more of a simple program than Photoshop, so if you do have some experience in Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator could seem quite simple. But I hope you enjoy these tutorials, and I look forward to our time spent with each other throughout the next 30 or 40 minutes of tutorials.